Mavis, you've done this work for close to 40 years now, and besides this incredible spiritual messages you bring through with the evidence, which is quite extraordinary, what would you say is the greatest moment you've had on your path so far?
The first time I saw the spirit world. I was sat at home. I actually was really quite cross with God because I was very, very sick. And I'm asking him why and what had I done so bad that this should happen to me. And suddenly I saw a man as clear as I'm looking at you, James, as solid as you are. Not in my mind, but solid. And he said to me, go and find a healer or you won't hear the New Year bells. And I was under a urologist at the time at the hospital. And I thought, well, I've already got a healer. What's he talking about? And suddenly, through many, many coincidences, which I will say destiny, my husband then was talking to someone at work and said, well, I think Mavis is having a breakdown now. And this gentleman said to him, no, I'm a spiritual healer. Perhaps that's what this man has come to tell her. So I started to have spiritual healing, the laying on of hands. And I had it for many, many months. But when he appeared, he didn't have angels' wings or halos, or he was just an ordinary working man who appeared in the lounge at home. And it was just amazing. So actually he opened a door and a gateway that has helped me to explore mediumistic work.
It started you on your path.
Absolutely, and that's where the exploration began.
That's great.
How can the work that you do as a medium help the masses, James?
A medium, well, that's a good question, Mavis. I would say the work of mediumship, for me, because you might have a whole different explanation for this, but for me, the work of mediumship is very, very important for the masses. Because in mediumship, we not only explore the proof of life after death, that we as spirit can never die. We just change form, let's say. Just walk out of this heavy body. And once you have that realization or the awareness that life continues on, with that I think does come the self-responsibility, the personal responsibility. And I always will tell people, listen, when you pass out of the world of the physical, what waits for you on the other side is what you created with your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. How you treat another person, it will be waiting for you, and you'll feel it, experience it 10 times, 20 times, 30 times stronger than you would have on this physical earth. So you have to meet up, you are your God, when you pass over. Yes. And I think if people have that awareness, that they are responsible for what they do to other people, and they'll feel that again themselves, there begins then to be a sense of mindfulness, hopefully, that they're mindful of what they give out to another human being, the actions that they give to another human being. This is right. This is wrong. And I will say one of the phrases in the Bible I love is the golden rule: what you do to another what you do to yourself. Because I do believe we're all connected in that respect. So I think that is really, I hope that mindfulness, that sense of mindfulness, that sense of awareness, that sense of the golden rule and personal responsibility is the most important message that mediumship, besides proof of life after death, can go to the masses. That, wow, how I treat another person, what I think, what I say, how I behave is very, very real. Thoughts are things. That's what I think is very important.
Yes, I do too. Do you think every person should believe in life after death? You see, I don't believe that. I believe that everyone is coming to that conscious spiritual awareness in their own way.
Totally. And in their own time.
Yes.
And
I don't think everyone should be a medium.
Not at all.
What bothers me mostly is that everybody wants to be a medium, where really it's the way we live.
Yes, it's true.
And that label, that title, medium, is very, very, very wrongly accepted.
I totally agree with you. And in days past, you've sat with some great mediums. How do you think in days past mediumship has changed from the past to the present?
Well, I know that a lot of the mediums now work from the mind. They don't work from the soul.
What does that mean?
Well, because they're actually working on a level where they get the information and then they try to work out what the information is. Where in the past, clairsentience, feeling the spirit. You know, the recipient could feel the presence of the spirit as the medium was working. But so often now I see that they're so caught up in the conscious understanding that the soul and the spirit understanding from within themselves doesn't blend in that union with the spirit world. And I feel that the way that we're going forward now, where we've got to prove it to everyone, I believe the spirit world will prove it themselves. I always say to everybody, I can't prove life after death. The spirit world can.